What's up, traders? Welcome back to my channel. Compliment of the season. I believe we all are having an amazing season of love and happiness. Yes, happy new year to you all. We've been off break for a while and we are currently kickstarting the new year and embarking on our trading journey. So I want to bring us an important concept that will help us have a better trading journey in the year 2025. So today we'll be looking at the best strategies that we can actually use to trade successfully in this year 2025. I'm going to give you at least 3 strategies that you need to pay attention to. Trust me, these strategies are going to blow your mind, okay? Yes, you don't need to learn the trade strategy. All you just need to do is to pick at least one of the strategies and work with it throughout the year 2025. And trust me, you're going to have an amazing year of trading. So without wasting much time, let's dive into the channel. Of course, don't forget to join the Telegram channel. We have a group where we share daily updates and free signals, so kindly make sure you join the Telegram channel, and yes, subscribe to this channel if this is your first time of viewing my content. So without wasting much time, let's dive into the chart and see what we have to kickstart the year. Stay tuned.
So guys, this is my chart, and then like I said, we'll just make it very brief and precise. All right, so the first strategies we'll be looking at is what I call the confluence trading strategy. So how does it work? It's pretty simple. We all know that for you to apply any strategy, the first thing you need to do is to identify the trend of the market. Okay, so how this strategy works is you have to go to your higher time frame to identify your trend. Is the market bullish or bearish? If you are still having issue in understanding market trend, you need to go back to my previous video and watch what I did on the market structure. All right. Okay. So basically, this confluence trading combine what we call support and resistance alongside with trend line. Okay. So currently, this is the chart of volatility. This is the chart of volatility 25 index. So we are on the 4-hour time frame, and then we want to see what price is doing currently. So what we notice is that price has been creating series of lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and then we have a new higher high, a higher low, a higher high. So what happened here is that there was a sweep here, right? There was a sweep of liquidity right here, and then we have our change of character here. All right, so market is actually on the 4-hour, market is actually making a switch or transition, or what we call change of character, from being a bearish market to bullish market. So that is one thing that we have been able to deduce. And what's next? You see that price has been creating what series of higher highs and higher low, higher highs, higher low, higher high. Okay, yes, this is the most recent higher high, no, higher low. Then we have this higher high, and of course we have this higher low. So currently we have this trading range. So we have this trading range here. So this is the trading range that we have. This is the trading range that we have. So the next thing we want to say is, when you understand price action very well, there is a law that says for every impulsive move in the market, there is a corresponding corrective move. So when you are in a bullish market, based on what we have just analyzed, we see that price has just created a low, a higher low, and a higher high. So this move right here is what? An impulsive move. And whenever you see an impulsive move, you should expect a corrective move. To know when this corrective move is going to end, you want to use the Fibonacci to actually check and then allow price to come to the premium. Price is currently at the premium region, so allow price to actually come to the what's it called, the discount level, which is below the 50% Fibonacci. Okay, so you can see that price is currently within the premium zone. So what we want to do, we want to look out for a pullback sell. We want to look out for a pullback sell, but we know that price is actually bullish. So we are scaling down to 15 minutes to actually see how we can actually apply this confluence strategy. So I'm just giving you a basics of how you can actually do your analysis. So we go to the 15 minutes. So this is the 15 minutes. So what do we want to do? Two things we can do here, or what you need to do is the first thing you need to look for if there is a trend line that you can draw. And if I look here carefully, you will see that I've actually seen a perfect trend line here. You see how many touches? How do I know this trend line is valid? Your validity is based on the number of touches that you have. Okay, so market has tested this trend line couple of times, and you know we have a fake out here. This is what happens when market try to take people out, like grabbing liquidity. Okay, so this is where we are at the moment, and remember what you've done. We are actually waiting for price to come down to at least 50% of the fib level on the 4 hour before we can start looking out for continuation. So right now we want to focus on what, looking for area where we can take a sell from, for a pullback sell. All right, so I'm currently spotting this. If I go to the line chart, you will notice that these are several regions where market is retesting. So you can see that there is a touch here, there's a touch here, and there's possibility of price coming to retest the broken structure. Okay, so we also have this level right here. Even though there's a bit of consolidation here, we can pretty see that we are experiencing this because markets reacted to this point, and is currently reacting to this level. Okay, so let me go to the chart, to the candle chart, so, and let's see if we have a possible area or region where you feel like market may also come to retest again. So one thing we notice is we see that this particular level has not been mitigated. This is actually a good region that can also be tested. Okay, and then you see that on this 15 minutes, market is actually trying to move up from this support level. It's trying to move up from this support level. So we are just drawing various level where you don't need to draw as many as you can. You just want to, figure out the ones that are very, very visible to the naked eye. So now you have actually marked out your region. So how do you want to figure out your entry? You have to think in probability as a trader, and to use this confluence trading strategy, you have to honestly think in probability. Now, how am I thinking in probability based on what we are saying here? So I want to, is two things here. Is either I wait for price to break this, right, and give me a retest here, then I will enter, and then I will target this particular low here. That is number one. Or if price decides to move from here, I can, possibly wait for market to come to this particular level, and I will make my trade entry. So these are the two things that I have. These are the two things that I'm actually looking out for, because this is a strong support level, and it is also possible that price will come in here and bounce off again from this level to come and retest this region before continue in the downside. So this is how you can actually use the confluence trading strategies. You just have to know how to draw a valid support and resistance, and also have to know how to draw your trend line. So that is pretty much about confluence trading strategy. So let's move on to the next strategies I want to talk about. So the next one is the BBR trading strategies. It's somehow similar to the confluence trading strategy, but this is a bit different from it. Okay, so now let's look at how this work. So how it works is, first of all, in every of these strategies, it's very important that you know how to identify your market trend. We have seen that this particular market is bullish. This is volatility 25 index. So the idea is you want to be aware of the decision that you're making. If you're taking a sell, are you actually selling because it is a continuation, or you're selling because it's a pullback? You just need to be aware of the decisions that you're making. So how this work is, now when you come down to a lower time frame like this, first of all, let me introduce this BBL strategy for you. Although there is already a video dedicated to BBL strategy, you can go back in a previous video to actually watch them. So the first B stands for break of trend line. That means you need to identify a trend line that needs to be violated The second B stands for what? Break of structure, and the R stand for retest of the broken structure. Break of trend line, break of structure, retest of the broken structure. So that is what BBR basically means. So the next thing we want to do is you want to go down to before I proceed, there are various ways you want to identify this. So I will just be showing you on the chart because there will be no need for us to do schematic. We just need to, understand how it works. All right. So please don't forget to like this video and subscribe if this is your first time of viewing my content. Like I said, there's a link in the description of this video. Use it to join our Telegram channel and participate in our free signal. Okay. So from what you're seeing here, let me use it to explain. Let me use this to explain. You see that there was a trend line here, right? That is the first thing. What do you want to see in BBR? You want to see that the trend line is violated, which is currently what what just happened. What's the next thing? You need to identify a structural level, which is this level. What happened? It was broken. So we have our break of trend line, which is here. The second B, which is our break of structure, which is this level. And then we have retest of the broken structure, which is price pulling back to test the structures that was initially violated. So that is pretty much that. Now, the next thing you want to wait for is candle confirmation. So what kind of candle do you want to look out for when you are using BBR strategy? You want to wait for rejection candle. So if I zoom out clearly, you will see the type of candles that the market is actually forming here. You see how, see how price is rejecting. You have this wick here, price tend to pull up, and what happened? There is still a huge rejections here. So this is what you want to see in your POI before taking any trade. So let me just show you a quick example on other pair. Let me show you a quick example on other pair. For instance, let's assume we've done a top-down analysis and we see that this particular market is bullish. So for BBR, the first thing you want to do is to identify if there is a valid trend line for us. So here I already established my trend line because I've already seen maximum of how many touches we have. One here, two here, and of course three. So my trend line is valid. So we've seen that there is a violation of trend line, which is the first thing you want to see, that there should be a break of trend line. The next one you want to say is what? Break of structure. So this is a structural level and price has broken it. I can also mark out this level right here because it seems to be a valid level. So now what am I waiting for? I've seen that price has violated some structural levels. So the next thing is I want to wait for price to actually come in here and give me good confirmation, or rather here is more okay by me because why am I saying that? If you check, if I change it to line chart, you will see, and I adjust it properly, you will see that this is actually a good level. Look at the number of times price is reacting from this zone. From here, there's a reaction, there's a reaction, a reaction, a reaction, there's a fake out, and then there is possibility that price will tend to come to this level, and then we want to make our trade entry from here. Now, in making trade entry, you can actually enter from here. It is okay, but it is a bit of an aggressive entry. So to be conservative, you want to see that price has given you two break of structure. This is the first break of structures that we have. And, this structure the move was not really significant to me. So you can enter from here as an aggressive entry. So once price come back to retest this structural level, you can also make another entry for a conservative entry. And you can always target these levels here. These are the various levels you want to target as your take profit level. Okay, you don't need to be greedy. You just have to target your have a good RR. 1:3, I recommend 1:3 RR. 1:3 RR is a good RRs to work with. So this is and this is how you can actually use the BBR trading strategy. Remember what I told you, that you always have to wait for confirmation when price tapped into this POI. If you don't know what POI is, please make sure you go to the previous video to get yourself acquainted to what they represent. So that is that, guys. So the next one we want to go into. Let's see what it is. So guys, the next one we'll be looking at is what I call the liquidity strategies. How is this liquidity strategy going to help us? Now, this liquidity strategy comes with a lot of patience. So if you know yourself, because one thing in trading, you need to first of all know who you are. If you know who you are, it will be easy for you to flow in trading. If you know that you are not a patient person, then you may not be able to use this liquidity strategy. But if you know your patient level is good, you can use the liquidity strategy. So if you are not a patient person, the first one, the confluence trading strategies and the PBR strategy is for you. But you are very patient, then this liquidity strategy is for you. So how does this work? Remember, the first and the most important thing is to identify your trend. Okay, so let's say we've identified our trend that the market is bullish. So when we come to the lower time frame, which could be 15 minutes, 10 minutes, or 15 minutes, 10 minutes, or 5 minutes, this is what you want to see. If the market is bullish, you want to look out for a buy. And how do you identify this buy setup? So we identify this buy setup when we say something similar to this. So we want to see that price, swept the previous low, give us a break of structure, and give us, that change of character to for us to know that price is not moving to the upward direction on the lower time frame. So our entry is going to be here. So because we see that this is what we will call a sweep of liquidity, sweep of a previous low, right? And then this right here is our break of structure. Okay, price came down here to create a higher low for a continuation, but what we call this is what? A liquidity called structural liquidity. And what happened? We want to see that price retrace. I don't know how long it will take, but it has to take this structural liquidity, and we'll be making our entry from a demand level or an order block level here. So our POI will be something around here that we wait for price to actually type in. So we can actually select this. We can actually select, draw our POI from here. Yeah, can actually draw a POI from here, but irrespective of where we choose, depend on where we are saying the order block. If the order block is here, we can draw a POI. If it is here, we can draw a POI. But nevertheless, when you are entering, your stop loss is supposed to be below this protected low. So your stop loss will just be somewhere here. Okay, so that is that about that. When you're looking out for a sell, that means that the overall trend is bearish, and you want to see that price took out the previous high and then gave us a break of structure, give us this structural liquidity and another break of structure. So we have our sweep here. Okay, we have our break of structure here, and then we have our liquidity that must be taken out. So where is our POI? Like I said, we can draw our POI from here, and the next thing we want to wait for is that price will come and take out this, and then we look out for our entry after seeing our confirmation candles from here. So this was a trade I took yesterday based on this concept that I told you. You can see that we have a sweep of a previous low, right? A break of structure, price came pull back to actually, what we call a higher low, and gave us in another break. What happened? I marked it out that is the liquidity that must be swept, just like I marked this particular level out here. And what happened? Even though it took some times before price came in here, price actually came and took this liquidity out, reacted to this level. That is why candle confirmation is very important. So price reacted to this level, and you see these rejection candles here. Look at these rejection candles here in form of a hammer, and then it started buying aggressively. So while price was moving, I was looking out for a re-entry on this particular level. You see the same thing is happening here. You see that there was a sweep of this previous low. Price gave us a break of structure, but before that break of structure happened, we have this level which I marked out to be my structural liquidity. So I was waiting for price to come down here and tap into this POI before entry. But unfortunately for me, it does not come this time. But then I've already tagged, like I'm already tagged in this particular entry, so I am not bothered. It depends on how much I want to hold this trade for long. And you can see that the move was really, really massive. So these strategies are going to help you stay consistent. Like I said, you don't need to have all of them in your head. You just have to select any ones that you know. Irrespective of whichever one you are selecting, there are already dedicated video in the channel. So just go to the previous video. If you are going for BBR, just go to the previous video and watch BBR strategy to look at how it actually work, or how you can apply them to any system of trading that you're doing. So if you want to join us in the Telegram channel, the link is already provided, and don't forget to create your trading account. If you don't have a trading account, the link is also in the description of the video. So this is where we'll be stopping tonight. Don't forget to like and subscribe if this is the first time of viewing my content. Peace out, guys.